You get me so high. You get me so high.
The Dragon Ball series has been wildly and insanely popular in the late 90s and early 2000s, and that was in an era before the internet was accessible to everyone. And even for the people who had internet, obtaining information was a very daunting task. And as a result of that, there has been many misinformation, especially for people who only watched the early Ocean or Funimation dub.
Your father was an average fighter, Kakarot, but he was a brilliant scientist.
A little proposition I'd like to ask you in my native language.
I'm listening.
Hello, it means let's get down to business.
You serious?
Although in this video, I won't be focusing much on mistranslations, but rather mention 7 myths that fans still believe till this very day. However, if you are a Dragon Ball fan who is part of the community, then I expect you to be aware of most of this. Though I must admit that some of these myths are things that I used to believe years ago.
What does the scouter say about his power level?
It's over 9,000!
Yes, I know, everyone should know that the everlasting popular meme "it's over 9,000" is nothing but a dub error. However, there is a decent portion of the fan base who still don't know that the original term is "it's over 8,000", and the over 9,000 line happened due to inconsistencies with the dubbing process, where 9,000 fit the mouth flaps of the animation better. However, it's funny to note that despite this obvious mess up, when Funimation made the Dragon Ball Kai dub in the DVD and Blu-ray release, they corrected themselves by using 8,000, but in the televised release, they put out the 9,000 line as a fan service.
It's over 9,000! What? 9,000? You've got to be kidding me! That thing's a piece of junk!
There have been many fans who kept referencing an interview of Toriyama saying that Gohan is the strongest unfused Dragon Ball Z character, and Gohan was supposed to be the main character, but Toriyama changed his mind because of the fans. That is in fact incorrect. Toriyama has never stated such a thing. Of course, not that I doubt Gohan was the strongest in the Buu Saga, however, Toriyama never stated those things. In fact, the only thing he said about Mystic or Ultimate Gohan is that he tried making Gohan the main character, but he felt Gohan didn't fit the role. Now, whether you think he was influenced by fans to bring back Goku is up to your own interpretation, but Toriyama never openly said any of those things. Since we are talking about the Buu Saga, there are some fans in the Dragon Ball community who are part of this weird cult that firmly believes Kid Buu is the strongest form of Majin Buu. Now, if you are someone who argues that Kid Buu is the strongest Majin Buu because he was stated by Supreme Kai to be the strongest, then you would be wrong because the Supreme Kai does not say that. In fact, he chooses the word dangerous, as Kid Buu is the original form of Majin Buu, which is the purest form of evil, as he cannot be tamed, controlled, or persuaded, making him the most dangerous but not the strongest. Now this is the most infuriating misconception and myth, as for a very long time fans assumed that Broly has infinite strength, or rather his power keeps increasing as long as he's fighting, and this very notion or idea has spawned because of the inaccurate dub line where Broly says, "getting stronger, getting much stronger," and then he proceeds into releasing a multitude of ki blasts out of his body into random directions. Now, as a kid, I also felt the scene made no sense. However, if you watch the original Japanese, he actually says, "my ki is rising, it is overflowing," which makes more sense. So Broly's ki does replenishes itself and increases, seemingly, but his body can't handle that excess amount of ki, so he ends up releasing it out of his body. It's very much like a glass of water that starts to overflow once it's full. do believe that some people, including myself, at one point of time used to believe that Goku died on Namek when fighting Frieza? Yes, in fact the anime would make you believe so, as Frieza knocks Goku into a pit of lava, where Goku disappears for almost an entire episode, and he doesn't show up back again until Shenron completes the wish of bringing back everyone that Frieza and his henchmen killed, which some people took that as a sign of Goku possibly dying. However, there are two big flaws in this theory. One, that Shenron would not be able to bring back Goku because Shenron already brought back Goku to life once before, so it would be impossible to do it a second time. And the other major flaw is that this scene was an anime scene only. Yes, Goku does get knocked into lava in the manga, but he quickly comes back. However, the anime added so much filler, like bringing back Gohan to fight Final Form Frieza, which also never happened in the manga. Do you know that Frieza's final form is actually his first form, or rather his original form, and his so-called first form that we first saw is actually nothing but a form that conceals and suppresses his true power. The reason behind this is likely that Frieza's conserving his energy as his powerful body strains him and may possibly affect his lifespan. Therefore, he uses his first form as a way to avoid straining himself and also to shock the audience when he finally transforms into his final form. There are still misconceptions on when does the Battle of Gods arc take place. Many people till this very day thinks it's 6 months after the events of the Buu arc. However, the official Dragon Ball 30th anniversary website posted the official Dragon Ball timeline, and there you would find that the Buu arc ends, as we all know, in age 774, and the Battle of Gods arc starts in age 778, which is a 4-year difference. Which, to be honest, makes more sense, since Pan is born after Battle of Gods, possibly at age 779, which makes her 4 or almost 5 years old by the end of Dragon Ball Z. But don't worry, if you're still skeptical about this, I will leave the link in the description down below. So what do you guys think? Have you been a victim of any of these myths? And are there any myths in the Dragon Ball community that you think should have been on the list? If so, then please comment down below. Also, if you enjoyed these kinds of videos, then I highly recommend watching 10 things you probably didn't know about Super Saiyan God. Or if you're more interested, you can watch top 10 facts about Super Saiyan 4. But overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.